I was doing a play off Broadway, Look Back in Anger, in 1980, I believe. And Paul Schrader and the producer came to see me and took me in a limousine. We're talking about this film, which I wasn't really convinced I wanted to do, to be honest. I asked them to explain what their vision was for this film, because I'd vaguely been aware of the sort of B-movie that had been made in the 50s or 40s or whatever it was, which in my memory was not very good. So I was interested to see what Paul Schrader had to say, and he obviously had a vision that he wanted to do, and honestly, I think he made a pretty good film.
Right, where you picked me up last time. I'm Paul.
I'm Irina.
Yes, I know.
This was a different kind of horror movie in that it was more an erotic tale. And through the sort of normality of the scenes, there was always this underlying danger and sexuality. Cult status always implies a sort of failure. I don't think this film was a failure when it came out. I think it was, quite a good hit. But it's a really special horror movie. It's in a very limited sort of group of movies. I wouldn't even know where to, maybe Rosemary's Baby or something like that. Of course, it's not intellectual like that. It's much more sensual. Paul's whole thing was, was to make it very erotic, and he knew that, that's what it was about, and that's what people would be interested in and why they would go see the movie. And from a selling point of view, that's what I'm sure the studio wanted, to have Nastasha Kinski naked, for one thing. I'm sure brought in half the population of America. It seemed to be written into my contract that I appear naked at that time. I think I appeared naked in about 10 straight movies. It was just so, that was just the way it was in that period. She has this wonderful, mysterious quality, besides this very sensual quality.
Don't make it sound so perverse.
Perfect to play a cat. She was great. I mean, to me, the star of the whole thing is that beautiful, black cat. Actually, I think it was a cougar that they spray painted, but we don't want to get into that. But I'm not sure what it was. All I know was it hissed at me, and it was tethered, but not tight enough, as far as I was concerned. But they're magnificent creatures. And doing the film was a lot of fun. It was great, and especially the scene, when I burst through the window and this whole thing with her. And it's great. It was great. And I think, the film holds up pretty well. My acting in Cat People was really to learn how to act backwards. I started on the bedpost, jumped down, and then went backwards all the way, opened the door, down the corridor and down the stairs, and then they reverse the film so it looks like I'm leaping like that, which I thought was a terrific shot. And it just sells the fact that there's something a little extraordinary about this character, because you suddenly see this leap from a standing position. And it's just a simple trick. And it was beautifully done. So I enjoyed that part of it. I was supposed to do pumping iron, but, I'm an English actor. I'm not into pumping iron for parts. So I had a wheel that I did religiously, but to try and build up a little bit. I said, well, just make me a muscle suit or something. I'm more into the mind of the performer, not the physicality of it. But of course, Hollywood's all about really the cosmetic. One thing that was, I was going white even then, in those days, and 30-odd years ago, and I went to see apparently the best colorist, because that had to be, Black Panther, and went in and had my color done, and it came out red, because white is very porous to color, sucks it up, and it literally turned my hair pink, which obviously was not the intention of the producers. So we went into a big kerfuffle with that, and I went to somebody else who was a colorist out off the lot, and they managed to get it dark, and it seemed to work. The desert sequences were shot on the backlot at Universal, and they're some of my favorites. They're beautifully lit and beautifully designed, with the tree and the cat sitting in the tree. Really special, and make the film quite something. And they elevated the film into another level, I think. Quite extraordinary and really beautifully done. My favorite parts of the movie, actually. It held up pretty well. I must say, I was extremely proud of the film. I think it's really good. And I think it's Paul Schrader's, I think it's one of his best films.